Hello guys, and today we're going to do a reaction video again. Sadly, I've been trying to plan what to build for my hardcore world, so we'll be off the hardcore world for a second and doing stuff, okay? So let me introduce my friend Hunter. He's going to be in the video today. What's up guys? In today's video, and I hope you like today's video, and before we start this video, make sure to like and subscribe. You know the rules. And if you subscribe, you get a Jolly Rancher and cookies. I love Jolly Ranchers and cookies. Okay. I'm not a big fan of cookies, but I love Jolly Ranchers. Let's get into it. So we'll be reacting to Skip the Tutorial. Shout out to him. So let's get to the video.
Did you know you can turn your boat into a tank? Did you know that you can instantly mine obsidian? What? And here are 31 Minecraft facts you maybe missed. According to the YouTube overlords, the fastest anyone's ever subscribed. It means a ton and enjoy lasers out of the backseat of a boat. So if you manage to get one of these shotgun in your vehicle, it'll be a literal shotgun that you can point towards your friend.
Whoa. Is there Minecraft boats yet? I don't even think so. Okay, just whatever.
Friends. And the best part, it'll only target the other players who aren't in the boat, and it'll completely ignore you in the front seat, which is a blessing, but maybe make sure to drink an invisibility potion so that it doesn't attack you when you dismount the boat. The Lily of the Valley has the exact same texture no matter which angle you view it from, which makes for a really weird optical illusion when you start to walk around the lily. And as this video points out, it even still works like that if you stand above it and move around in a circle, which is more than a little weird, and honestly it starts to hurt my head. If you were to put string over lava, then no players can hear it, but they can still fall in. And the reason being is that lava only makes noise when there's air blocks above it. So the string stops that. And since oddly enough the string doesn't burn, it'll stay there long enough for you to convince one of your friends to fall in. And if you are that friend, take this as a lesson to make sure to look out for lava, even if you can't hear it nearby. Much like glass blocks, you can use glass panes to change the color of a beacon beam. And then if you stack them, you can change that color multiple times, which allows us to get this kind of pixel art that you're seeing here. All we have to do is just build a shape out of stained glass panes inside the beacon beams, and we'll have a fully visible and fully functional beacon still to see. And then if you want to have a break in the beacon path without blocking it off, wall blocks do the trick, since the beacon isn't visible while it's on the inside, but it still goes through the top since it's transparent. A nice discovery for sure. Here's how to trap the admin. With this user's setup of command blocks, we're able to establish a nether portal, change their game mode to adventure mode, and then permanently trap them inside because they can't access their commands or their inventory. And again, because they're in adventure mode, they won't be able to break any blocks either. So they'll just be stuck there to the end of time, or until some other operator wants to help them get out, whichever one happens first. If you crouch while on slime blocks while wearing Swift Sneak 3 boots, you'll be able to move faster on it than regular walking. No joke, this lets us go to a speed of 2.3 blocks per second instead of the regular 1.3 that we'd get from standard walking. I mean, it's still not fast, but it's a lot better than what we had before. Obsidian takes a long time to mine, but what level of efficiency do you need to instant mine obsidian? Well, under regular conditions, it takes 1.55 seconds to mine obsidian using an efficiency 5 haste 2 netherite pickaxe, which compares to roughly 8 seconds that it would take with a regular netherite pickaxe. And as this user found out, if we go through all the data, we can see that with this give command, we can get ourselves a special level 50 efficiency pickaxe, and that'll let us breeze through obsidian even faster than creative mode. You probably know that carpets can be placed over string, but what about these blocks? Because the truth is that carpet only needs to be placed over any non-air block, which oddly enough means that it's completely fine to bridge with carpet over water, grass, fire, snow, and even lava blocks. And while I wouldn't recommend using only a piece of cloth to keep you safe from the lava beneath, as this user did show, it's clearly possible, just maybe not the most safe. If you have yourself a flame bow, you're able to shoot powdered snow blocks to destroy them. Though I honestly don't know why you do this instead of a shovel or a bucket, but it does make for a fun pastime. And who knows, it might be good for a hidden snow minigame, where you'd have to shoot the powdered snow within a sea of regular snow. And to me, that feels like the kind of challenge you'd see out of Breath of the Wild. You can't see it, but there's invisible pistons here. And the way we did that is using a bug that's in Bedrock Edition. Since if you play on this version, you can make a piston invisible by breaking it while it's being powered by a repeating redstone clock. And then when you add back in the blocks and break the clock, it can still function like a regular sticky piston, which I'll admit would make for the coolest hidden base of the game if unfortunately it didn't reload as soon as you log out of the world. But it's still a cool glitch to experience while you're in it. If you accidentally started a raid, you should just dig down. And the reason is because a 3-block hole will still let you attack a Ravager that's over top while staying completely safe from any of its damage. Which is good, because if you're over on ground, these mobs can chase you pretty quickly. But from down here, you're able to finish the job using nothing more than stone tools. Or if you have more blocks on hand, just build up 8, place a trap door, and that little bit of crawling will let you get close enough to hit it without it being able to look up and hit you, both of which are much appreciated. Every time that you break a skull catalyst block, it drops 20 XP, which means that if we carry these around, we'll have a quick and portable way to repair your mending tools whenever you step away from the base of your farms. And since it's not exactly easy to get a bunch of bottles of enchanting, I think you'll find this is a lot more reusable. According to Mojang, honey is the stickier block when compared to slime blocks. But why do these only stick to slime blocks then and not the honey block? Well, even though it's on the bug tracker, the reason is because honey is 14 by 15 by 14, while slime is a full 16 pixels on each side. And that would be why we can't put our vines, glow lichen, and the rest on top of these, just because there's not enough room. Here's how to trade your dirt for emeralds. It's just gonna take a few steps. First, we have to play on 1.19 so that we can turn our dirt into mud using the water bottle, and then dry out that mud block on top of dripstone for the clay blocks. After that, we break the clay blocks for the clay balls, and then we trade those with a stonemason, finally getting us our emeralds. So it is quite the process, but being able to literally go from
I need to make a farm on that in my hardcore world. That would actually be pretty smart. Well, yeah. Because I've seen a lot of villages, and most of them are idiots. So
dirt to dollars is worth it in my eyes. Without breaking any blocks, how would you get out of this hole? Well, silly as it seems, a door is actually the solution. And maybe the best one. Since if you place down a door and then flip it back and forth, you'll be able to hop up the steps of the door and go up 2 blocks at a time, which can be exceptionally useful for helping you get out of a hole or an animal pen. And that way, any of the other mobs that are trapped in there with you, they won't be able to hop up the blocks while you're pillaring out to escape. This command summons a wolf, and this one summons my pet dog Graham every single time. And the only difference is that the way that I got this one was using the F3 plus I command, since that will allow us to copy everything about an entity, down to its exact entity data. And folks, this will work for any mob or block that you have, meaning they could even copy everything inside a chest, including the item-specific attributes, which is a real lifesaver when you're trying to mess around and creative. And it'll save you from having to look at the wiki to figure out what exact tag you need to change for a blue axolotl. This door is locked, but that's nothing that a bit of what exact tag you need to change for a blue axolotl. This door is locked, but that's nothing that a bit of water can't solve. Since with a splash bottle of water right here, we're able to extinguish the campfire through a walk sound that comes as it's climbing out of the ground while spawning. We'll be able to make it both trapped and oblivious to what's happening around it, which at that point means we can walk around the perimeter and then it'll despawn after time when it doesn't get any stimulus. It's a bold move, but it can work out if you've got the right skills. It's hard.
You have a 0.0000000 minus 0.1000% chance of getting it, and no one has seen a blue frog, but they are in the game.
Notice, but the game actually has a green vignette that can show during the nausea effect. But you're only able to see this if you change this setting in accessibility, because when the distortion effects are lowered, the game switches out the typical warbly effect for a kind of green tint that creeps in on your screen, which is a lot less, well, nauseating, and honestly at this point it feels like the effect's not even that annoying.
If there was say if I was in the hermit crab, because I always pranking each other with pufferfish and stuff, once I do it, I just turn my effects all the way down to 50. And I wouldn't have to see it.
Inconvenience at worst. The first ever mob vote for Minecraft was...
Whoa! What are those? These were mobs that were in the old mob votes. Like this one, the Copper Golem, I voted for that one last year, and it didn't get picked. I hate the Elaids. It's not a good mob. I don't like it.
Between any of these mobs, rather it was between the llama and the alpaca.
What mob did you vote for? Yeah, I love the Copper Golem. I want him to come in. He might get put into another. Maybe. No. This year, the mobs that are coming is the Sniffer, the Rascal, and the Tough Golem. Can it sniff out anything? The Sniffer gets flowers and then shoots them out its butt to get seeds.
Back in 2016, Jeb posted this unofficial Twitter poll to help fans decide whether or not it should be llamas or alpacas. And as we know, llamas won in a landslide, and I'm afraid whoever won in alpacas got a real spit in the face when they were added in. Ice boats are great, but they don't handle corners too well, especially when you're traveling at high speeds. But luckily, that's where this user's water design starts to help you out. And with this, we'll be able to travel diagonal distances without being perfectly aligned down the center, which is a huge help when you're traveling in the overworld so that you don't fall off course. So while another design might be technically faster, this one feels a lot more user-friendly. If you have yourself in a lay, you also have your...
Just to give you all a little sneak peek for next time we do a video, me and Hunter are going to be doing a brand new survival world, and we're going to live inside of a robot puppet. So stay tuned for that one.
yourself a mobile light source. Let me explain. Using the dynamic lights feature in something like Optifine or a data pack, it's possible that if you give your Allay an item that can be a light source, such as a torch or a lantern, then it'll carry that around and still light up the area around you.
Oh,
And hey,
that's
since we didn't get fire...
Oh, whoa, bro, that is smart. That is very smart. That is so smart.
Instead of placing all these flowers by hand, we're gonna do it with a bow. Strange as it may seem, using the place feature command, we're able to swap out an entity for a